I didn't leave him. He walked out. Not for another woman, not for passion, not for anger, but because she was alone. She called at 3 a.m. Her labor had started. Her partner was asleep, and the hospital was miles away. In that moment, she called the one man who had ever made her feel safe. My husband. I begged him not to go. "She's not your wife anymore," I whispered. "She has a new family. She has a hospital. She has people." He looked at me like I'd asked him to turn away from a child crying in the dark. "I'm not heartless," he said, and then he left. No text, no call, no, "I'll be back soon." Just silence. And for the first time in 7 years of marriage, I felt truly, terrifyingly alone. When he finally came home, hours later, clothes wrinkled, eyes hollow, all he said was, "She was alone." Not, "I'm sorry." Not, "I should have called." Not, "I love you." Just, "She was alone." I nodded. Because I'm the wife who doesn't cry in public. The wife who understands compassion. The wife who believes love means being strong. But love isn't strength. Love is presence. Love is choosing. Love is saying, "I'm here for you." Not, "I'll be there for her, and I'll come back when I can." He didn't come back to me, not once. The next morning, I went to her house. I didn't plan to. I just needed to see. I needed to know if he was still holding her hand, if he was whispering words to her that he hadn't said to me in years. She opened the door, leg exhausted, hair tangled, holding a tiny pink bundle. She looked at me like she already knew why I was there. "He stayed until the baby was stable," she said softly. Then, quietly, like she was afraid I'd break, she added, "He didn't want to leave." That was the moment my heart cracked. Not because he stayed, but because he didn't want to leave. That meant he didn't leave because he had to. He left because he didn't want to. And I was the one who had to let him go. I was the one who sat in the dark, wondering if his silence meant he was still there. If his tired eyes meant he was still holding her. If his quiet voice meant he was still whispering to her, "It's okay. I'm here." And I wondered, had he ever said that to me? Had he ever stayed like that? Had he ever chosen me like he chose her? I don't hate her. I pity her. She was scared. She was alone. She called the only man who ever made her feel safe. And he answered. Because that's who he is. Kind, gentle, too good to say no. But what about me? Who am I to him now? The quiet wife, the backup plan, the woman he married because I didn't scream, because I didn't beg, because I didn't collapse when he left, because I didn't make him feel guilty, because I didn't make him choose. I just showed up every day, every night. I made his coffee, washed his clothes, listened to his stories, held him when he cried about his dad, smiled when he came home late, never asked for more, never demanded attention, never threatened to leave. I just loved him, quietly, patiently, faithfully. And now I wonder, was that my mistake? Was my silence his escape? Was my strength his excuse? I thought love meant endurance, but love isn't endurance. Love is choice. Love is saying, I'm here for you. Not, I'll be here when I can. Love is not abandoning your wife, even if she's not screaming. Love is not choosing someone else's emergency and forgetting your own. I stared at our wedding photo on the nightstand. Him smiling, me smiling, so young, so sure. We thought marriage meant forever. We thought vows meant loyalty. We thought till death do us part meant he'd never walk away, even for a second. But here I am, alone, in a marriage that feels like a funeral, And I don't know if I'm grieving him or grieving the man I thought he was. I don't want a divorce, not because I still love him, but because I'm terrified of being alone. Terrified that if I leave, no one will ever choose me again. Terrified that I'm not enough, that my silence made me invisible, that my kindness made me replaceable, that my love was just background noise. And now that the song is over, no one even noticed it stopped playing. I used to be the first thing he looked for when he came home. Now, I'm the last thing he remembers. I used to be his safe place. Now, I'm the background, the quiet wife, the one who doesn't need, the one who doesn't ask, the one who doesn't cry. And now I realize he didn't leave me because he stopped loving me. He left me because I never made him feel like he had to choose me. I was too easy, too quiet, too good, too patient, too much. And he forgot what it felt like to fight for me, because I never fought back. I don't hate him. I'm just empty. And that's worse than anger. Anger means you still care. Empty means you've given up. And I don't want to give up. I don't want to be the woman who waited too long. I don't want to be the woman who loved too hard and was left behind. But what if I already am? What if this is it? What if the man I married died the day he chose her, and I'm just holding his body, waiting for someone to tell me it's okay to let go? But no one will, because I'm too good, too quiet, too kind, too patient, too much. And the world doesn't know what to do with women like me. Women who love too hard. Women who stay too long. Women who bleed inside but smile on the outside. Women who carry everyone's pain and never ask for help. Women who think love means silence. Love isn't convenience. Love isn't quiet. Love isn't easy. Love is messy. Love is loud. Love is fighting. Love is staying. Love is choosing. Every day. Even when it's hard. Even when you're tired. Even when you want to run. Even when you want to scream. Even when you want to disappear. Love is choosing to stay. And he didn't choose to stay. He chose to go. And now, I'm standing at the edge of the marriage, of the life, of the future, and I'm not sure if I should jump or wait. Wait for him to say, I'm sorry. Wait for him to choose me. Wait for him to look at me and say, you're my person. But what if he never does? What if he never says it? What if he keeps choosing her every time she cries, every time she needs him, every time she's alone, and I keep waiting and waiting until one day I realize I'm not waiting for him to come back. I'm waiting to die slowly, quietly, gently, like a candle blown out by silence. I'm tired, so tired. I've been tired for months, but I didn't say it because I thought love meant being strong. But love doesn't mean being strong. Love means being real. Love means being broken. Love means being afraid. Love means saying, I'm scared. I need you. Please don't leave. And I never said it. And now I'm wondering, did he ever love me? Or did he just love the peace I gave him? The peace she never gave him? The peace I created by never asking, by never demanding, by never being messy, by never being loud, by never being needy. But love needs noise. Love needs tears. Love needs fights. Love needs I need you. Love needs don't leave. Love needs stay. And I never said it because I thought if I was quiet, he'd stay. But silence doesn't keep love. Silence just lets it slip away. I'm not broken. I'm awakening. I'm not selfish. I'm human. I'm not weak. I'm finally awake. And maybe, just maybe, the love I've been searching for was never in him. Maybe it was in me, all along, and I just forgot to look. I forgot to look in the mirror. I forgot to look in my own eyes. I forgot to ask, what do I need? I forgot to say, I deserve more. I forgot to say, I am enough, and they're wrong. Love doesn't mean silence. Love means speaking up. Love means saying, I'm hurting. Love means saying, I need you. Love means saying, I'm not okay. And I never said it because I thought he'd know, but he didn't. Because I never told him. I used to think I loved him. Now I wonder, did I just love the idea of him? The idea of a man who would stay, a man who would choose me, a man who would never leave. But he did. And now I'm alone. And I'm not sure if I want to stay, or if I want to run, or if I want to die, or if I want to live. And I'm not sure if he'll ever come back. Here's the truth. No one tells you. You don't have to be the martyr to be the wife. You don't have to be the saint to be loved. You don't have to be silent to be strong. You don't have to forgive everything to be good. You don't have to understand to deserve love. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy. And he doesn't get to be the hero while you become the ghost. You didn't ask for this. You didn't sign up for this. You didn't marry a man who would vanish into his ex's life like a shadow. You married a man who promised to stand beside you, not behind her, not beside her, not for her, but with you. And when he left, he didn't just leave the house. He left your trust. He left your safety. He left your belief that love was enough. And if he comes back and he says, I'm sorry, and he says, I'll change, and he says, I love you, will you believe him? Or will you finally believe in yourself? Because you've waited long enough. You've loved long enough. You've suffered long enough. You've been silent long enough. Now, it's time to speak. Not to him, not to her, not to the world, but to yourself. Say it. Say it out loud. Say it like your life depends on it. Say it like your soul is begging you to say it. Say it. I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved. I am not second place. I am not a ghost. I am not the quiet wife. I am not the one who waits. I am the woman who walks away. Because I finally know I deserve better.